Hello to my beautiful collectors out there. Welcome to my channel, Astro Cheryl, and this is your monthly forecast for August 2026. Hello there. Okay, we are in eclipse season, all right? So, um, just so you know, this might be a difficult time for some of us. We may be um, interacting with people who may be aggressive, just so you know. So don't take it personally because everyone is going through something at this time because the eclipse have a tendency to make things more potent. Okay? So just so you know, before we get into the dynamics of the forecast, I'm sorry I didn't have my um, transmitter close to me, so what you may hear may be low in volume. Um, but anyway, I'm going to keep it moving. So we start eclipse season on the 12th of August, which is a new moon, and it's going to be at 20 degrees of Leo. Okay, so wherever Leo is in your chart, this is where the dynamics are going to be happening for you. And we have a full moon and a partial lunar eclipse at 27 degrees in, no, at 4 degrees. I'm sorry, it's going to be on the 27th at 4 degrees 54 seconds in the sign of Pisces. Okay, so we're going to start out with this new moon. And you know, the new moon is about planting new seeds. A solar eclipse is like seeds being shot, being shot out of a cannon, you know, because it's going to be pressurized or on steroids, something of that nature. Okay, you get the same fresh start energy, but it's faster, louder, and less negotiable. Okay, so just beware of your own presence when you're doing your day to day activities. So, eclipses tend to accelerate what's already ripening in your life. So, whatever you've been working on, thinking about, trying to do, this is where the eclipse is going to be focused. So this could be like a job you've outgrown, the relationship that's ready to deepen, and the creative projects you keep postponing, things of that nature. Okay? Eclipses rarely bring something out of nowhere. That's a Uranus thing. They bring the inevitable that will come, but it's coming sooner. Okay, so you can expect the effects to unfold over the next 6 months because this is usually the growth period here. All right, the big deal with the eclipse is because of the three other parties in the mix. Yes, we have three other big planets playing around with this eclipse energy. Okay, so we have the sun, which rules Leo. Okay, so a solar eclipse here hits the heart of the target because you know Leo is all about self, loving self, fun, and just ego energy. Okay, so Leo rules over self expression, confidence, creativity, romance, children, and leadership, which is the whole business of being seen and shining. So, this is Leo's energy, being seen and shining, and be in a position of authority wherever Leo is. Okay? When the ruler of visibility itself goes dark with this eclipse, and then returns, the message is hard to miss. An old version of how you shine is ending as a truer one can begin. Okay, so this stellium, it's rare, but we have Mercury, Jupiter. They're both traveling through Leo alongside the eclipsed sun and moon, which means that there are a concentration and an enormous amount of celestial energy in one sign. Okay? So there's lots of work going on in that particular area. So Mercury brings the word, the ideas, and the announcements. Jupiter brings the growth and the luck. Okay? Together, they turn from a solo note, ah, into a whole chord. Okay, if you're into music, that's how you can look at this stellium here. Okay, so we have Jupiter entering Leo on June the 30th and will stay there until July 2027. Okay, expanding everything. Leo touches. The eclipse lights up for the long haul. So whatever begins in August on the 12th has a benefactor behind it, Jupiter, for the next year. So lots of wonderful things could be showing up for all of you, but in particularly the fixed signs. Okay, we have Aquarius, Leo, Taurus, and Scorpio in particularly. All right, but there's going to be some good stuff for all of the signs as we move forward into this energy. Okay, so this is the intro to August, and I'm going to start working on the individual charts. So see you on the other side. Hello to my beautiful Capricorn risings out there. Welcome to my channel, Astro Cheryl, and this is your monthly forecast. Excuse me, for August 2026. I don't even know where that came from. But anyway, Capricorn rising, I did a introduction talking about this month's forecast. We are in eclipse season, okay? So I did, the intro about eclipse season. So here, I'm just going to get into where the eclipse is going to be affecting you and what you may experience, okay? So Capricorn rising, on the 12th of August, we have a new moon solar eclipse happening at 20 degrees of Leo. And we have a full moon partial lunar eclipse at 4 degrees 54 seconds of Pisces. Okay, so this new moon solar eclipse in Leo is happening in your 8th house. And this is the house of transformation, death, okay? This is also the house of debts, okay? Other people's money, shared resources, psychic energy, and psychological energy as well. This is about banking, taxes, inheritance, loans, other people's money. I think I said that already. But anyway, it's that kind of house where, a lot can happen here. But for the most part, transformation, power and control energy is also a part of this 8th house. So, in Leo, you may find yourself restructuring your debts, consolidating or paying off your loans, or renegotiating terms on mortgages or credit. You may experience sudden changes in your partner's income, inheritance, or insurance/tax matters that force a new strategy. You may experience a new level of intimacy with your partner, involving more emotional honesty and vulnerability. Relationships where you've been overgiving, undervalued, or entangled in unhealthy power dynamics end or transform. Okay. So, hey, this eighth house is something else. But anyway, on the 27th, you have the full moon partial lunar eclipse in Pisces, and this is happening in your third house. And this is the house of communication, short trips, early education, social media, transportation of all sorts, your local environment, your siblings, neighbors, and old friendships. Okay, now it's in the sign of Pisces. And I did say communication, right? But Pisces have a tendency to overgive, okay? So you want to make sure that you set some boundaries for yourself while Pisces is active, because it does have the tendency for you to want to overthink, overgive, overdo, over care, heal this, that, okay? So just saying, you have to set some boundaries for yourself. Now, you are being asked to let go or release foggy or avoidant communication. And this is part of that Pisces energy that is happening here, such as gossip, half-truths, ghosting, or saying what others want to hear rather than what is real. Okay, heal the old stories in your mind, like victim narratives, negative self-talk, or beliefs that keep you small or confused. Trust your intuitive messages, your dreams, synchronicities, and subtle cues may be a final piece of information that changes how you think or speak. Okay, so Capricorn, it's hard for you to move out of that structured type of mind frame. Okay, but with this eclipse season, it's going to push you in a way where you're going to have to give away some of that, that stuck energy, because you are, you're, Saturnian, and that Saturnian energy wants to keep doing due diligence every step of the way without, giving any room for other ways of doing things or thinking about things. So here's your opportunity to see a green light shining in your mind that shows you a better way to, communicate, or to even, change directions in how you get to and from a place, because you're kind of structured like that, where you're going to do the same path, same way. But this may give you an opportunity to see something different. That's all I'm saying. All right, so Capricorn rising, This is your forecast for August 2026. And until next time, bye for now.